What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hopsgeeknews, your home for comic books, movies, TV shows, yawning, and this week it's Shark Week, of course. So we're talking sharks. We're going to have our friend Carl J Grasso on later on to talk about the Amityville Sharkhouse, which he starred in and filmed, and it's a beautiful, beautiful time to talk some horror, some sharks. But first things first, like, subscribe, share, follow. We are bi-weekly these days because, well, you can pretty much find us on
Life is busy.
Initiative. Life is life, and man, like, geez, we are busy in a very good way with Nerd Initiative. So if you want lots more to see, lots of other diverse things, that's where we're at there. But where we're here, been here 6 years, we ain't going nowheres. But yeah, so Lauren, hey, I know we've been doing this and we haven't done like a opening, I feel like, in a little while. So why don't you kind of kick us off with what you've been up to reading wise, watching wise, all that good stuff lately?
Well, I'm drinking water because that's what sharks swim in.
I am
but
also
what
drinking water.
My comic books this week are Supernatural. It's the penultimate issue. I don't know where they're going to go with ending this. This comic run has been it's been like a chaotic one single case that seemed like it was individual cases, but it's all one big case. So we've only got one issue left. I'm very curious how they're going to wrap it up. But then we're getting solo runs of Dean and Sam. They're getting their own comics in October.
Yes.
So we'll see how those are. All these comics are from Dynamite Entertainment. The Minor Threats Last Devil Left Alive from Dark Horse just wrapped up that 5-issue run. Of course, there's more ones coming, like The Cleaner, and there's another one they announced not too long ago. That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What Patton Oswalt and Jordan Bloom have done with that world is just so fun. It is not a comic book for kids by any means. It is, they curse like crazy. No. There's no like, oh, please don't kill him. Like, it is. And I think that's one of the things I love about it, because they don't fall into those cliche traps of let's just talk to the bad guy and make him understand.
Thank God. I can get that from any other superhero thing. So I'm glad that they don't do that. Like, yeah,
there's no Martha in this. You're good. And of course, it's unique powers with interesting stories, and you're not really sure who the good guys are, who the bad guys are, but it's a lot of fun. So I got a couple others, but I'll just keep going. So why don't you tell me a couple of yours?
Oh, you're good. This week is really good. Ignition Press has been doing pretty solid. And so I've been reading Zach Kaplan's Only the Savage Are Left, first of all, which is Dark Horse. Which is going to get to Ignition in a second. It's going to piece together. Trust me. First of all, Only the Savage Are Left is awesome because Zach and what they're doing over there, you really hate the main character right now. And I like that because not everybody is a hero out the gates. So you kind of have to take this journey with him. And I spent the whole second issue being like, I just hate this main character so much, in a way that it's just very frustrating, the choices that he makes. So go read that. But Zach also did the Smart Division, which is coming out soon, with a man named John J. Pearson, who won an Inkpot Award recently at San Diego. Well, him and Christian Ward have a comic book that is out tomorrow when we're recording this, called The Patron. And the tagline is essentially, I got a sticker, no big deal, in my water bottle, like all people do. It's all the great artists have one thing in common: they're dead. And so how far are you basically willing to go to make it as a successful artist? And to give you kind of an idea, I got artwork in here, which this is like the bad guy, issue 1. This guy's up to no good. And the way that John like really shades this guy's faces is kind of really sinister. But then also like another piece of artwork, which I thought was pretty cool in here, that they sent, like the paintbrush on the neck. Like, the artwork is fantastic. And then if you know Christian Ward at all, he can spin some tales. His
City of Madness Batman run was
Batman City of Madness, and they Two-Face, in Event Horizon with IDW Dark. And so he's writing this. They're a great team. Absolutely a great team on this. So I highly recommend that people go and check this out. It's a very good read. And then there's not too much in the way of DC Comics that I read this week, but dude, shout out to a lot of the news, which we'll probably get to some of it here in a minute. I guess when this comes out, it'll be close. Ted Lasso season 4 is coming out. I can't say anything, but I did get to watch the first 4 episodes. So
that's first week of August, isn't it?
August 4th. And so he is now coaching the Richmond women's soccer team. And so we'll go on that journey together, but I haven't really watched anything else. I've seen The Odyssey, which we both have seen. I loved that movie. Spider-Man, I have going to go see it this week. We both will. We'll probably talk about that next.
Absolutely.
But aside from that, I mean,
I
don't
okay.
think that I
So
haven't had time.
Odyssey, like we're not going to break down the Odyssey. I know there's been coverage on Nerdish and everything, and it's a long ass movie. And obviously, there's a lot of history of it and everything. But the one thing I will say, it was a fantastic movie, and I loved it. And I thought the casting was great. My only issue is like there were moments where the casting took me out because they're all such well-known people that I'm like, what are Punisher and Spider-Man doing together? Why is
They're
Batman
just hanging out talking about Spider-Man's dad?
Why is Batman hitting on Catwoman? It was like my
Oh,
brain
yeah,
kept going to
yeah.
those places. But no, it was a great job, and all those actors I thought did a phenomenal job in their roles. But my head goes that way no matter what I'm watching with superhero actors. But I feel like I've never seen so many of them in one place, other than the first 5 minutes of like Lord of the Rings.
They are, especially somebody like Tom Holland, right? He has done other films, but he hasn't done a star-studded film outside of superheroes like this. And so for me at first, it was kind of weird him playing the son who's really broken up, looking for his dad. He acted his ass off. Great acting.
Yeah, he did.
But it was kind of weird at first for me too. I do want to highlight, I think his name is Hamish Patel. I could be getting his last name wrong. If I am, I apologize. He's basically Odysseus's second in command there. That guy was amazing. Just the way that he acted in that whole film, probably him and John Leguizamo stole the film for me. Like they were just
I love John Leguizamo. Yeah,
he was so good, so good. But it was a very long movie. I didn't feel like it was very long. I didn't have to pee during it. That's very, very big. I feel like cannot be a 3-hour movie, and I didn't have to go to the bathroom. So
it's like I didn't get a beer for that one, so I didn't either. But
yeah, I kind of dehydrated myself though. Yeah.
So we just like randomly went in the middle of the day. But I will be getting a beer for Spider-Man because that is a bigger event for me.
I kind of really want to get like one of the popcorn buckets or something. Maybe I don't know.
I am never buying a popcorn bucket at the movie
theater.
I don't
need it. It's a waste of money.
Right next to Disney World, and the movie theaters are making Disney World popcorn buckets look cheap. It is absolutely insane. I mean, I got a popcorn bucket right there.
Egregious. That's true. I've got them somewhere around here, like the Star Wars ones. But you are correct. They are kind of crazy. But
I mean, they're awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's just insane.
Yeah.
Right.
But we do have some news.
Oh yeah, I have
San Diego Comic-Con just wrapped up.
Yeah, so speaking of that, one of the comics I reviewed this week was Geiger. We're up to issue 24, and they made some announcements at San Diego Comic-Con about crossovers coming, which if you've been reading like Geiger, you knew this crossover was coming. So there are things that have been in the works that are about to start coming into play. They also said that First Ghost is happening. We've known about that for
2 years.
Over 2 years.
It's been almost 3 years now. Okay. It's really almost been 3 years. If this comes out anytime like the end of the year, we learned about it in February of 24. So
yes. And we have video, but we don't have video because Brad Meltzer said, don't tell anybody who's not here. And so we went beep.
We did.
We recorded the video.
We're there. We were there.
We were there. And I guess we weren't supposed to tell people maybe.
I don't know, but God
no,
bless.
they announced it again at a con before.
They did announce it, so it's not a new announcement. But come on, man.
But the last comic I want to mention is Ted OK wrapped up, and that is a crazy, weird sci-fi that you thought started off as like a depressed, I hate my cubicle job story, and morphed into something beyond my wildest dreams that I could have never imagined.
I might have to pick that up. It was only
It was really good. It was just like completely like every episode or every issue, I was like, this is not how I thought this was going to go.
Because it's not a very long run, right? It's only a few
5 issues, I think.
Yeah, that's cool. Huh.
Yeah.
I had no idea that it turned into something like that. So I guess I'll have to check that out. But yeah, going into San Diego real quick. I mean, shout out to, Cody Ziegler and Stephanie Williams for Static ongoing and a Vixen ongoing. And then Morgan Hampton is also going to be doing a Steel ongoing. So those are 3 big titles coming from DC. And there's like our dudes, the Hive Mind, are going to be doing a Dungeons and Dragons book for Dark Horse. A lot of really cool comic news. And then, we got the Marvel news of
Black Panther 3.
Is Ken enough? Well, yes.
It's Ken.
John Gosling. Woof. Ryan Gosling. We don't know if he's playing Johnny Blaze or who exactly, but he will be Ghost Rider. And then David Johnson, The Long Walk. And
that dude made me cry in The Long Walk. I know he's going to make me cry in Black Panther. I mean, just the fact that Chadwick Boseman is gone, I already get emotional anytime, anything with Black Panther. He's gonna
He's
kill
such a
it.
great actor. Oh
He
yeah,
is.
he's
He was
Alien
phenomenal
Romulus
in the Long
and The
Walk.
Long Walk are the two movies that I definitely recommend you check him out in. But do you have what other San Diego news? San Diego means whale's vagina.
Uh, I'm Ron Burgundy. I think it's really funny that Ryan Gosling is in as Ghost Rider because Eva Mendes, his wife, was in Ghost Rider, even
Oh,
though
I forgot about that.
they
Yeah,
portrayed her like horribly in it. Like it was
wasn't
so
great.
bad. I never even
Those
finished the
early
movie.
2000s.
I fell asleep 3
Oh,
times
time
to
out. Yeah, we
Ghost
tried to
Rider.
watch it at your house and we fell asleep.
I fell asleep multiple times, and then when we were in Nashville, I tried to watch it in the hotel and fell asleep 2 nights in a row. I mean, honestly, it's like my what do you call it, melatonin? I should just
When Lauren
I don't
can't
know
sleep,
what it is.
she puts on Ghost Rider.
I don't know
She
what
went
it
from
is.
having nightmares about demons to falling asleep to literally an agent of hell.
I really I'm like that Ryan Gosling is part of the MCU. I'm very excited for that. I love him as Ken. What was Project Hail Mary is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's
he's a
fantastic.
great actor.
Great, absolutely great actor. And but I wanted the guy back from Agents of Shield, and he played Pedro Pascal's little brother.
Danny
in,
Ramirez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did do that. That's right.
In The Last of Us.
Isn't he? He's not a. No, I was thinking of somebody else. Never mind. He's not in the MCU already. Never mind.
No,
Yes.
I don't think so. Well, he is in the MCU already as Ghost Rider in Agents of Shield.
Yes. I don't think we're ever. I don't know because we've been waiting for Quake as well. Is she ever Chloe Bennett? Like, what's up there? Of the 76 people announced for Doomsday, Quake isn't one of them. Like,
Hugh Jackman and Chloe Bennett are the two that I want.
And we got, Black Bolt to show up in Multiverse of Madness. So you think they would be able to
blow up his head?
Not, yeah. So I don't know, man. A lot of stuff out of San Diego. We are on to New York City Comic-Con though, and that we're working already because it's a couple months, but it's going to come before you know it, and we're going to hopefully try to do some meetups and all sorts of good stuff. Since Lauren and I had to sit out and be guys in chair for San Diego, and the Crew at Nerd Initiative did a really good job, and a lot of cool interviews that I very much think you guys should check out over there. Let's talk some sharks. You want to talk some sharks?
I love talking about sharks.
Let's talk sharks. All right. Before we get into our interview with Carl and we chat about his film, I know Lauren's got some good fun facts about sharks, who she likes to swim with.
I do like to swim with sharks. First, I have Shark Week fun facts, and then we have a couple shark facts. So the first ever Shark Week. So Shark Week just wrapped up. It was last week. If you didn't catch it live, a lot of it was put on like HBO Max the next day. And I think it was on Hulu, but you can definitely look that up.
That's why I was having trouble finding stuff. I thought it was on Disney. And I was like, where's all this shark stuff? So I ended up starting to watch the Pompeii show with Tom Hiddleston.
They do have a bunch of shark stuff on Disney Plus, but it's on Nat Geo. It's not official Shark Week. So there is still some good shark documentaries.
Stuff, man.
Like Chris Hemsworth has done some stuff with, I think they call it Shark Fest. Maybe. But I mean, it's no matter what content they have, they'll never be Shark Week.
Yeah, so there's only ever going to be one Shark Week.
Exactly. So the first one ever was July 1988, and of course it was on Discovery. And the first episode was Caged in Fear, and it basically followed researchers testing a new shark cage. Now their goal was to stop having people be scared of sharks and for them to realize that sharks are friends, because this was only, just a decade after Jaws. And as much as I love Jaws and it's a phenomenal movie, it did horrible things for the shark population. So Shark Week's goal was to shark conservation. Let's build those numbers back up and try to undo some of the damage. And interesting enough, while we always have hosts now like Shaq. Remember see the one with Shaq in the cage and the little shark got in the cage and he like freaked out? I think it was in the aquarium at Atlantis, but you have this like 7-foot man like freaking out about this tiny little shark. But that's funny. But they didn't always have a host, but their first host was actually Peter Benchley, who wrote the book Jaws that the movie was based on. So Shark Week ended up doubling their viewership. So of course they had to keep it going. It's now played in 72 countries and is the longest running special on cable ever and has been so since 2010.
That's cool.
So I just said that one. So in 2021, the Jackass crew did a special. And in this special, I Googled like the craziest things to have happened on Shark Week. And this came up. And like, I remember watching this episode and like, this was a very, because it wasn't that long ago. So Poopsie was trying to literally jump the shark over like a bunch of Caribbean reef sharks in the Bahamas, and he ended up falling into the middle of it, and he did get his hand bit. He kept his hand. He still has issues with his hand. He had to have surgery and everything like that. He went on Steve-O's podcast and talked about it, and Steve-O was there.
Wow.
He saw it happen.
Yeah.
But I've never, like, you see moments in Shark Week where they're like, oh, we're doing this and we're asking questions we already know the answers to. And then like the whole dynamic shifts. I've never seen it shift so quick that you could tell like those like EMTs and everybody that they have
Something
on standby.
Yeah.
They immediately went into action. Like there was no messing around. Like they were like on it. Like he might have kept his hand because of that. But yeah, so
wow.
Steve-O said it was like the craziest thing he's ever seen, and that's coming from Steve-O. So don't jump into a pile of sharks. Sharks are friends. They don't want to eat you, but still don't do things to provoke them. In 2001, however, the first ever breaching great white shark was captured for the special air jaws that filmed in South Africa. And that is what inspired Josh and I's honeymoon in South Africa.
That's cool.
We did not get to see them jump because we had just missed that. We timed it to see the whales too, but we did get to see them. We did cage dive with them, and we got to see the sharks there.
That's crazy. I can't even imagine seeing them jump, let alone, because they're massive creatures, man. Like, wow.
They tried, so like they pulled the fake seal around the island, which is the worst smelling island ever because it smells like dead fish and shit.
Well, I mean, that's.
But they said they're like it's possible, but it's just so interesting that there's a season. Like they only jump a couple or certain months out of the year.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens, right? You would think that I don't know why that would happen.
Well, and now that area doesn't really have sharks because those two orcas, the port and starboard, like started eating the sharks for their livers and kind of chased at the shark. Because when a shark dies, other sharks are like, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. So I don't know what's that has done to their tourism industry, but I haven't watched Shark Week this week because we're recording this kind of at the beginning.
Yeah.
But there have been quite a few documentaries on port and starboard.
Well, then now that I know where to watch them, heck yeah.
Yes. So my last fun fact about Shark Week before we go into Shark Facts is Dean Winchester loves Shark Week.
He does. Busty Asian Beauties and Shark Week. The man has taste.
He does.
Bizarre shark facts, though. So whale sharks are actually the biggest fish in the sea and can grow to be the size of school buses. They are very gentle giants. There was actually one here in Virginia Beach, right off the ocean, that they saw like a couple weeks ago. I wish I could have driven down and kind of seen it, but it was all up and down the coast here, which is very abnormal. And then you just swam with them in Mexico recently, didn't you?
I did that last year. Yeah, that was I recommend everybody do that. Yeah, I did the nurse shark thing this year. The whale sharks was amazing. I would do it again. That looks like
awesome. I would do that.
Like you jump in and you have to just start kicking as fast as you can because even though they're like giants, they seem like they move slow. They're moving pretty fast. And so as soon as you lose them, like they're gone. But they were like just looking at this thing, it looks like they're painted. And it's so hard not to pet them because they just look so pretty, but you can't pet them because it's not good for them. You could transfer harmful bacteria.
You don't want to start like touching. Yeah. Which is obviously hard because they're gentle and you just want to like, I don't know, become one with nature. That'd be my hardest problem. Like, can I touch it? No.
But yeah, they were absolutely gorgeous. That was awesome. I definitely will do that again. We'll probably take the kids to do that one day.
I would love to do that someday. There are species of shark called bonnet heads. Many people call them baby hammerheads. They are not. They're strictly bonnet heads because their heads are more round. Sand tiger sharks, short fin makos, poor beagles have all been known to eat their siblings in the womb. Hey, that's kind of crazy. And statistically, you're actually more likely to be bit by a New Yorker than a shark. Good fun fact, considering we are going to New York City Comic Con this year. So I'm going to put that and see what happens. I want to know, am I more likely to get bit by somebody in New York? Well, we're staying in New Jersey. So like I feel like
I'm going to pay somebody to bite you.
Yeah. And I'm probably going to get AIDS because like I'm near New Jersey and God knows like, oh, no offense, New Jersey, but ew.
When you Dante's ex-fiance?
When you flip a shark upside down, they go into a trance-like state called tonic immobility. I've watched this on Shark Week before. It's actually really interesting that they do that. It's so bizarre. Like these creatures are fascinating to me for some of the things, whether it's the nose, which have all like the neurons allegedly or whatever, or you flip them upside down, or how you can swim with them,
or something like that.
The things that they do, it's like they're so smart and weird and awesome.
Scientists saw somebody flip one upside down in Belize. I like looked over and the other tour guide was just like holding the shark upside down. I was like, oh my gosh.
When you flip a shark upside, oh, I already said that. Scientists can determine how old a shark is by counting the rings on its vertebrae, they're like trees, man.
Like
They're
a
old.
tree,
It's
yeah.
like a tree. Most sharks have to keep on moving, or they do, however. Angel sharks and nurse sharks can chill at the bottom of the ocean because
Or they die.
they
My
can.
bad.
They just or they die. Sorry. Some sharks lay eggs, some have live births, but the mom doesn't stick around. Oh man, you too, huh? So some sharks will give birth in shallow areas or in mangroves to give them a fighting chance.
I believe the egg thing is called a mermaid's purse. I meant to double check that fun fact and I forgot. That was what my mom always told me.
Kind of like a kangaroo pouch?
Unless my mom called it, but it doesn't look, it looks like it's like black. And I'm trying to think of it almost like it looks like an H, but the middle is bigger and it's black. And I believe I'm making this up.
Sharks in marine biology in high school.
Oh,
and I had a pregnant one actually. Yes. It was crazy.
We did too. That must have been a thing. I was just going to say we dissected a pregnant shark. So mean.
Yeah. I felt so bad. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, a mom and its baby. I'm sitting here cutting open. Like, what the heck, man?
Yes. A mermaid's purse is a tough, leathery egg case laid by certain sharks, skates, and chimeras. And so it kind of looks like a balloon with legs. I don't know, can you see it there?
Oh, I can see that. That looks
like an H.
Weird. They lay that?
Yeah. Wow. Some sharks.
Interesting.
Okay. See, I didn't know if my mom had made that up or not.
That's really cool. I had no idea about that. Well, another really cool, bizarre fun fact in our last one is that there was a bull shark that was once caught in Illinois back in 1937. This is because bull sharks are actually one of the few
horror movie.
It does. They can survive in fresh water, and they oftentimes are found in the Mississippi. Yeah. Bull sharks are nasty sharks. They are mean, and they can swim in fresh water. So
apparently they pee more when they're in fresh water. We learned that on some shark special.
Is that why like the river's all brown? I don't know.
I don't think there's that many there. I don't know. We had one of the ones on Disney Plus on Sunday because we couldn't wait for Shark Week. And Josh was like, oh, that's really interesting. And I'm like, what did they just say?
They pee more in fresh water. I wonder why that. I wonder if there's like a temperature difference. Maybe it's one of those things. It just makes you pee.
I think they explained it and I already forgot.
Well, I guess we'll have to do research, but that's our.
Save it for next year. Next year, Shark Week special.
Stay tuned next year.
Why bull sharks pee more in freshwater than saltwater?
Yes. But yeah, we are going to be right back. We are talking with our man, Carl. We're going to talk about his upcoming film that he's working on. We're going to talk about Amityville Sharkhouse and a few other things. So, hey, make sure to follow Carl, find out what he's doing, and then make sure to, of course, subscribe. Find us on social media, your favorite podcast platforms. Find us on Nerd Initiative. Lauren, do you have anything else?
Sharks are friends.
We will be right back.
Fourth time I've said that. I don't know.
More sharks. All right, folks, we are back. It is Shark Week, our favorite time of year, Lauren's favorite time of year. You know, she's out there kicking with the sharks all the time. So we like to do our annual shark show, if you will. And it's nothing like National Geographic. However, we are just as good because we have an amazing guest. Like we kind of mentioned earlier in the show, our pal, Carl, is back to talk about a lot of sharks and also kind of talk about his movie, Amityville Sharkhouse, which, guys, you know us, we love us some horror movies like this. So, Carl, long time no see. You've got a lot going on, man. How are you doing?
I'm stressed. How are you?
We're all just kind of like winging it these days. I feel like, just getting through each day the best that we can.
I love being on Shark Week because I love sharks. One of my favorite movies of all time is I have the freaking poster around here. I have Jaws on my wall. I mean, it's probably the best. I don't care. It is the best shark movie ever made. The second one is Amityville Sharkhouse.
I like the order.
Close, obviously. And then dead last, not even honorably mentioned, is obviously, Jaws: The Revenge, which we don't talk about. But
number 4, The Bahamas.
Yes, but that's not on the list. That's like one of the greatest, worst movies ever made.
And that's true. That's true.
I think I've seen that one a little bit. It might have been more than the first movie, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure my kids actually enjoyed the later Jaws movies than they did the actual Jaws movie, which is kind of messed up. But you know what? They might get fed to a shark anyways. Whatever.
I feel like they're not scared of things like we were. It's almost like, as things go on, it's like, oh, that you were scared of that. Like watching Halloween with my 13-year-old, she rolls her eyes. She's like, this isn't scary. But it was when it came out. Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, back in the 60s and 70s, it was a completely different, we weren't so connected through social media and things. And then, playing on different fears and stuff like that. And Yeah, I mean, I get it now. It's kind of, oh yeah, it's not really scary, but Jaws kind of reinvented, what horror could be, and it really reinvented horror. And then sharks in general have always had like a stigma against them, and so I love sharks for many different reasons, but they're just amazing, beautiful creatures.
Sharks destroy families.
Sharks attack children on banana boats. And here's
They also get caught up in tornadoes and then create a whole other slew of problems with Tara Reid.
I was going to say, I never seen a banana boat before, but the last time I saw one, I know I won't get on one.
I'll do it. I'll test it out for Shark Week.
Well, speaking of like the second best, shark, before we get into all sorts of fun shark things, you did do Amityville Sharkhouse. And for anybody who might be kind of like, what is going on? Lauren, why don't you kind of give some backstory on how we got introduced with Carl and his little history background, or a horror background, I should say.
Yeah, so if you've been listening to us for a while, we met Carl at MegaCon last year, not this past MegaCon, the one before, when we were doing a horror panel, and he was promoting the shirt he's wearing, Mutilator 2, and that's what we had you on for last time, which was the sequel to the 1984 one, The Mutilator, and so now he is back, and when he said, hey, I'd love to come back on and talk about this Amityville Sharkhouse, I'm like, I have the perfect episode for you to come on, our Shark Week special, because the last 4 years we did Jaws. So we're out of Jaws movies.
Thank God.
Thank God.
So this year we're doing Amityville Sharkhouse. So I watched the trailer. I did not watch the full movie yet because I have a list of horror movies that my daughter and I are waiting to watch until all the Halloween stuff is up. So I've added that to the list.
I'm sorry, but how come mine wasn't shot immediately to number one? I'm just curious.
It is.
No, it's number one on the list of Halloween movies. What is it? I haven't watched the what's the Sam Raimi movies?
What?
Those are on my
Evil
list
Dead. We found out Lauren has not watched Evil Dead yet, and that blew my freaking mind.
Are you serious right now?
That's what I'm saying.
So Amityville Shark and all the Evil Deads are on my Halloween list. And we're going to decorate mid-September, so we'll start early.
We could do a whole podcast about that. You haven't seen like the original Evil Deads, just the first three?
Army of Darkness.
And we're gonna podcast about it. Yeah. I didn't used to be into horror until like, I don't know, The Walking Dead and Supernatural came out. And then this podcast, Matt was like, okay, well, you got to watch this, this, and this. And then my middle kid got into horror. So I watched them all with her. So, yeah. So
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. The stepping stone was like, gee, like she just turned 12. Should I show her Terrifier? And I think I told you, no, don't show her that.
Absolutely not.
Yes, that is right. You're the one that warned me. And I did not. We did go to horror nights, but I did not show her Terrifier.
Yeah, that's step 26. You want to be on step 1 with that.
Maybe when she's 35.
Yeah, or 45.
I did tell that story to her too. I was like, so I've been told on good authority you should absolutely not see this movie.
And you can hear the playback is she's got proof.
Yes, but going into Amityville Sharkhouse, like Lauren was saying, you play Bruno in this movie. So why don't you take us through kind of what this film is about?
We filmed this back in 2021. It was right after the pandemic.
Wow.
So how'd that go?
First studio movie in Los Angeles. And it was fun to shoot in the Hollywood Hills. We shot in a giant house that's featured, I think, in a couple of movies. Don't ask me what ones. And a big Burbank studio, which had all sorts of sets. It was so much fun doing that. It was mind blowing. And the story is about a real estate man who tries to sell a house, and he finds a idol, and it turns him into Sambito, the shark monster, or the shark demon. Excuse me. And I am his confidant, co-worker that gets kind of mixed up in the plot of the mystery of what's going on in the house. And it was a lot of fun. And I do recommend everybody, come on, you got to go see it. It's funny because I just happen to be the comic relief again.
Mm-hmm. Now it looks a little like obviously, if you've seen Amityville Horror, the house is haunted and everything, but it also looks like Jaws meets oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Exorcist. Because it looked like the person's almost like a little, they're possessed kind of thing.
Yes, and kind of like a mix of The Fly, because it's about body horror. Yes. Like the man transforms into a monster. And all his coworkers like, what's going on with him? We're trying to help him and trying to solve the mystery. And there's a lot of occult activity in it, and it's a lot of fun. Listen, there's a walking shark. I mean, it tells itself right there, And I'm in it. I'm in it, and I make dirty jokes.
Hey.
So how did you get in with this film? Was it like one of those things that they pitched as, hey, what if it's The Fly meets Jaws meets horror? Or how did you get involved and picked up into this film?
Sort of, kind of, sort of. My buddy that I worked with, Will Colazzo Jr., I mentioned him like a billion times. It was kind of like, hey, come to LA. We're making a movie about a shark. And I saw the poster. The original poster had the Amityville house and a giant shark ripping through it. I'm like, I got to be in this movie. There's no question.
The poster was sick.
The poster was sick. So I did a lot of behind the scenes stuff as well with working on my character. And it was just a nonstop fever dream in the sense that I didn't sleep. Like it was like 24/7, just this movie. And I got like really jet lagged, and I forgot where I put my laptop, and I realized I left it in the taxi, and I had to go to the taxi place and get it. I lost my phone somewhere, but then
oh my god,
a nice Uber driver brought it back to the hotel, and I had to give him like a bigger tip. It was a very interesting experience filming this thing. But I just saw it recently. It is a lot of fun. You just sit there and you just giggle. You're like, this is really, really fun and funny. And the amazing thing about it is, I don't want to break the fourth wall with people who haven't made movies, but in Los Angeles, there are a lot of studios for smaller budget films. And it's like a giant warehouse that has different rooms. Like you go into the hotel part of it. You go into the jail cell. You could go into the bar. You go into the flight. You could be on an airplane. The airport part of it. It's brilliant. Like let's say you just want to do a pickup shot in a hospital room. You could do that. And
that's cool. So it's like it's all for them to basically rent out for a film that's smaller budget. Oh, that's so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you rent it out. I mean, I don't know how much but I'm sure for like a reasonable price, you get all those rooms for maybe 8 hours or 10 hours. And many low budget films out there, I'm sure, use these studios like constantly. Yeah,
that's actually cool.
Smart on both ends.
Yeah. I mean, well, you could think too, like the original Jaws film, you can go to Universal and see the big fake, pool that they've built where they still film a ton of movies and ocean sequences on. And it's always one of the things that I love.
Not in Orlando.
No. Out in, Hollywood.
Yeah,
I love getting to see some of that because movie magic, right? You're seeing the movie, the finished, but while you're filming, it's like, wow, this is what they filmed on. And so it's really cool seeing, like, who knows how many scenes we've seen from this warehouse to include the ones that you got to play around in.
Right. I saw something on Hulu. Don't ask me the movie, but there was a hospital scene. I'm like, wait a minute. I wonder if it looked exactly like.
I'm always going to think that now. I'm going to be like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But there's like a scene in Elf. I think they shot like the mall scene at like an old abandoned asylum, and they've shot many episodes of like Supernatural in that same asylum. And it's like, yeah, I love how you read those fun facts on IMDb of like, oh, this was also filmed there. Like that was a completely different movie. So one of our big things though, when we're talking about movies is fun facts, and usually we're having to Google them. But since we have you here, can you give us a couple like fun facts or some funny things or outtakes or anything that you remember from making the movie?
How long we got? Well, just kind of piggyback on what you said before. Since now we're more or less an online shopping community, there's a lot of places like shopping malls that are empty. And these are great locations to shoot anything. You could build a set in that area and just make, your own little set. And lots of filmmakers have been doing that. And there's just a lot of opportunities for people to just get cheap sets. I've learned this from other stuff. So while I was shooting out there, I remember as I was chasing I was going out to get lunch for everybody, and I was driving a car that they rented. It was a nice, I think it was a Chevy Malibu, and on the local radio, I Ran by Flock of Seagulls was on, and this Grand Theft Auto thing came in my head because I'm driving in the Sunset in Sunset Strip. And it's all the palm trees and everything. You've seen it in like Beverly Hills Cop and everything.
I've driven it. Yeah.
And I'm like, is this real right now? Like, am I driving on? And then I went onto the freeway, like at 405, I think it's called. Yeah. And I'm literally driving. And one of my favorite movies is Speed with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
I'm like, am I actually in this? Am I on 45? I'm in the movie right now. I'm like, this is where they shot it, obviously. I shot a piece of it. And it's like that locale around was just incredible. And the house that they rented, like you'll see it actually was an old house that had a slide in it, had a bar in it. It was all sorts of fun in this place. And just another movie where I looked at my friend and I go, can I make a movie without a severed penis? Because I just remember like sitting there and like on the kitchen table, listen, it's a shark movie. There's got to be a severed penis in there.
Okay.
And it's like, there's a bowl with fruit, banana, apple, severed penis. And I'm like, you missing something? Oh, that's what we put in. Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
And I had my first love scene that was shot in the movie. And I was talking with one of the actresses who was a Brazilian soap opera star who learned her craft in London, England. So we were becoming friends for 4 days, and I found out that she was an intimacy coordinator. And it was just fascinating because she told me, because she lived in Burbank, she was just telling me all about the business, all up and down Burbank, because down that street, Olive Avenue, is Warner Brothers Studios. So you go in, you go see the tour, you go see the Friends studio. And,
I've done that. Yeah.
It's
literally, we were like a block away from that. That's how close we were. That's where we shot Sharkhouse. So her and I are talking, and like it was like the second to last day, and my friend like taps the two of us on the shoulder. It's like, you two are gonna have a sex scene, 5 minutes. And walks away, and I go, you were serious about that? And literally I'm like, and she's like, no, it's fine. And she as an intimacy coordinator, like took me to the side. She's like, all right, this is what's gonna happen. She's like, don't panic. I'm like, I didn't know what that was. Awkward. I'm like,
what am I doing? Yeah.
What am I doing? And she's like, all right, I will coach you through it. And it was like stage combat. She's like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, don't touch this, don't do that. And I'm like, yes, sir.
Don't touch this.
It's serious. It's same thing like, with your throwing a punch, don't throw a roundhouse, throw it like this so I could duck. And everything's choreographed so no one gets hurt. Same thing. Like, you don't want to make anybody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And the scene was so hot. My friend said they had to cut it down. I'm like, okay. So I pat myself on the shoulder for that. So if you want to see me have sex with somebody, you gotta watch this movie.
And it's not behind. It's paywalled, but it's
calm
not
down over there. Calm
fans,
down
okay?
over there, Matt. Take it easy, Matt. Calm down.
And this is actually how Carl's other website got started to fund his next project.
But is this scene is this part of the severed penis at all, or that's a different scene?
Listen, you want me to give the whole movie away? No, there's no spoilers.
No. That's right. No spoilers. I agree.
No spoilers. Listen, it's a turn off your brain type of movie. The movie's called Amityville Sharkhouse. It's a fun movie. Now, fun fact, let's pivot from sharks real quick. Will also got me involved in a movie called Backrooms Bigfoot. And now you can see that on YouTube for free. And I'll send a link to that. And I will spoil this. It's based on the Backrooms, like the movie that just came out, and then the whole thing. And just happens to be in these Backrooms, a Bigfoot comes out and kills people. So I have a spectacular death, and it's awesome. All right, Backfoot. Just watch it right now.
Nice. We're just gonna pull it up. We're gonna watch.
I haven't seen Backrooms. Everyone keeps talking about it, so I
haven't
watch
seen that one yet either.
And then Bigfoot Backrooms. Oh, really? Okay.
It's an acquired taste, but I didn't like the YouTube stuff, to be honest, because I thought it was like, how's this scary? The movie does a good job. They make a good narrative, and they actually have some good acting in it. So I would recommend.
I just watched Obsession. Since we're on like the YouTube jump to directing films, I just watched Obsession. So Backrooms is on my list. That Obsession was really solid. I know Lauren says it's an episode of Supernatural. Yes.
Oh, it 100% is. It's a different take on it. The Wish is literally verbatim from an episode. Is that your favorite show?
Supernatural?
It is.
What is with that show? I watched one episode. I couldn't watch.
It's actually really good. All right.
I watched the pilot. And I couldn't get through it.
I got into it years later when it was like had 12 seasons in, because I was like pregnant and miserable, and I'm like, well, this show's got a lot of episodes. Let me give this a chance. And
12, 12 seasons? 12?
15.
There's actually 15.
So I actually watched two of the seasons live.
Listen, you're having the same reaction I first had.
But he watched it all.
We've been through it. And now I'm trying to write a one-shot comic book on one of the characters. So
yeah, it'll change your life real quick. That was part of why because horror used to give me nightmares. And then I watched Supernatural and learned how to kill everything. So now I'm not scared of anything. I could have ended Amityville Sharkhouse in 5 minutes, even though I haven't seen it.
Without the severed dick.
All dicks attached.
Or you could watch Charmed and, got erect that
Also,
way. But,
True.
another show with 8 seasons. Like, we had people watch
We
that for
used to
8
be
seasons.
a country, okay? We
I
used to be a
never
country.
saw Charmed.
The seasons didn't take 16 years in between either. Just throwing it out there. Anyways, though, Carl,
We were Americans, damn it. We watched Charmed and Supernatural.
we got home. We put on Charmed on the C. It was the WB.
WB, yeah,
and then, Supernatural started on the WB, and then it became CW. So just fun facts. It's all full circle, everybody. But no, Carl, you mentioned you might be making your very first film, not adult content, of course, but maybe some severed penises in there. But what can you tell us about this film that you are getting ready to, talk about going out there and, sleeping with people to fund?
Well, number one, there is no severed penis. Spoiler alert. There will be
0 out of 10 stars right away. I'm sorry. Unwatchable.
That's the other website, Matt. Stop it. I'll talk to you later. All right. Number two, this movie, it's been a year in the making where we've been fundraising for a year to get some funds. We got a budget, a decision had to be made. And I'm like, we have to shoot this month. So I wrote the script again, and it's basically up to now a draft 20. Like, this is a full year's worth of work.
Yeah.
And I said, if I'm going to be doing a movie, it's going to be a horror movie, obviously, because people want to see that. And all these things have to be in place. I have locations. I got people local that can help me to where I live. And I'm getting a scream queen to help me out as well.
I'm a few hours up the road. You need a little extra hands. You just let me know, and we'll make something happen.
That's a great scream queen.
Well, that's the other website we're gonna do.
I'd like to be a final girl too, but
we'll sever your penis. It's fine. We can do that.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. Thank God. This is how we got in the script. I knew we were here for a reason.
When are you coming up again, by the way?
I don't actually know. I was there a few weeks ago, but I'll have to plan something.
You gotta call me. All right, never mind. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll figure it.
Anyway, the movie's called The Suffering. I'm shooting in a couple weeks. It's gonna probably take like 6 to 8 months for post, because I want to do it right. I don't want to rush it. I don't want to and I don't want to AI it either, unless I need to, in the sense of using the tools to assist in stuff that we couldn't shoot,
like CGI type stuff. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
CGI backgrounds and that kind of stuff, and that I would have to learn that and find the right team to put it together. I want to do it right, and I'm excited. And I'm scared. This is like the hardest thing I've ever done. Like I was saying, I go on a set, and where's the donuts? Because they have their crafty. I'm the crafty. I have to go to Publix or whatever supermarket and pick up the Krispy Kreme donuts in a package, and then put them that way. I have to think like that. And I go, all right. So I also have to plan lunch. I got to find a stunt coordinator. I have to find insurance. I have to find places to lodge people, and it's overwhelming. I'm completely overwhelmed. But I think the stars have aligned, like what Lawrence said with Supernatural, like all the Latin stuff said. And I think this is my time to finally star in a movie. Like, I'm going to drive the train this time. And I can't wait to come back on the show again and wave my severed penis and be like, yeah, I'm seeing it. I did my severed
that
penis.
is exciting, because I know we talked about, you were doing Broadway, you've done, Mutilator, you've done a lot. So this is something that you have mentioned in the past, how you've been working towards. So I get completely being scared, but also going out of your comfort zone a little bit. That's awesome. It's a big step. It's a big leap of faith, but that's incredible, man.
Yeah, it's being a theater actor and acting in front of hundreds of people is nothing for me. Being on film and being shown all over the place, all over the world, nothing to me too. Because again, I don't meet my audience there. This is like the spotlight's on me no matter what. If it fails, it's my problem. If it succeeds, we do it. It's a really serious thing for me. And okay, so the plot of my movie is I am an FBI agent investigating a internet torture ring where they torture people on the internet for money, and I have to stop them. So I have to save people, and then I possibly get involved, and that's all I'm going to say.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
I'm digging that. I'm digging that a lot. I like that.
So
and then you guys, so you said you're getting ready. So August, are you going to start filming in August? Because you said this month.
in a couple of weeks we're going to start.
How long do you anticipate that you're going for, like shooting wise?
Well, principal, I figured it out with the scenes I'm going to do, locations. I think we're probably going to be knocking like 60, 70%. I'm thinking 70% in that week, in the 7 days.
That's incredible. That's a hard work, but that's amazing.
That's hoping, again, I mean, listen, it's a film, things.
Oh yeah.
I was in a couple Mutilator too. Like there was a scene where I think special effects didn't work one night or something like that. We had to come back like the next day or maybe months later or something. Cause I remember we had to do something like that. I'm actually currently filming a movie. It's a comedy here in North Carolina called Mocha Dick. And it's based on Moby Dick, believe it or not, but it takes place in a coffee house, and I play the coffee house manager, Starbuck, who is an absolute douchebag, and it's modern day. It's just me yelling at people like for 90 minutes. So, but we're still shooting that because there's some principal things that needed to get reshot. Mm-hmm. Things happen, so I'm actually excited about Mocha Dick. That Mocha Dick is going to be really funny.
I love these names. I like these names, but it's incredible. Great. Seriously. Hats off to you. I can't wait to see how it all really comes together and plays out. And
me too, Matt. Me too.
It's going to happen, man. You know what? We figure things out one thing at a time. And Lauren, I'm going to throw it to you as we kind of start to wrap up. But like first, there is a pretty sweet, The Shark. It has a
Shark.
long YouTube short, The Shark. What can you tell us about this YouTube short?
This was shot in 90 minutes in Winston-Salem by a wonderful filmmaker. His name is Stevie. And he just had this idea. He found me on Facebook. And I'm like, I could do that voiceover very easily. And he's like, I want a concept of like this killer or this gangster who doesn't say anything. And all he has to do is stare at people, and people are scared shitless. And I'm like, well, what is it called? The Shark. I'm like, I'm in. Where do I sign? So we went down, walking around Winston-Salem for 90 minutes, me staring at people, and we've gotten a tremendous outpouring that Stevie's actually going to be my director of photography.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, he's that good.
Winston-Salem is beautiful too. If people haven't been there, I like that town. There's some good spots in that town. Really fun.
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll put that YouTube link into the description here. But yeah, it's a guy who can be scary, and it's called The Shark, so you can kind of figure out where they're going with that. So yeah, that's a cute little short film. Not cute,
lots of sharks.
Scary. Lots of sharks, scary. And then I mean, goodness. We're gonna put the where you can watch obviously Amityville Sharkhouse, but I'm really excited for the next journey that you got, which is of course The Suffering. But we're gonna have to have you come back in October when Lauren starts her Evil Dead journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel that's something, this one of the horror experts over there. You gotta get in on that action, because those movies are incredible in their own right as well.
We should have a live show.
We could do that.
We could. We haven't gone live. We should do that. Kick off.
One just came out. A brand new one came out.
It did. Yeah. And I saw it in theaters, and it was actually pretty solid.
Oh, okay.
And I just love these movies. Like Ash versus the Evil Dead was such a great show. The Evil Dead 1 and 2 were great. Army of Darkness is like one of the best cheesy horror movies of all time, in my opinion. So I can't wait to get into that. But Lauren, do you have any final thoughts?
There's 6 of them. That's not too bad. I thought there was going to be more. So there's 6 Evil Dead movies. I can handle that. Final thoughts. Sharks are friends.
Stop it.
Don't hurt sharks. Sharks are very unlikely to hurt you. You just keep your distance. You respect them. They're beautiful, majestic creatures. Do not hurt sharks. Do not eat sharks. Do not eat shark fin soup. And if you're going to swim with them responsibly. And that's all I got.
I'm not swimming with a shark. You can swim with a shark.
I would like to
swim with swimming with sharks.
You're not swimming with sharks, man.
I'll try anything twice.
That's how you get your penis cut off.
I don't have a penis, so I'm going to continue to swim with sharks.
Now I have a new life goal. I need to be in a movie where my dick gets
Actually, I think Josh and I are going to go swimming with sharks in Jupiter in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Anyways, Carl, where can the fine folks at home find you and keep up with your works?
Okay, real quick, if you guys are in the North Carolina area, Mightier Than the Sword Film Festival, August 8th through the 9th, Sunset Theater. Mutilator 1 and 2 are going to be back-to-back August 8th 8th. Yeah, and you can meet me, and you can meet Buddy Cooper, and you can meet the crew. And also, there's tons of stuff, music, and there's tons of other short films as well. So I'll put that in the description. So you can find me at Instagram at Carl J Grasso at Instagram, and find me on IMDb. And this has been so much fun, and I love hanging out with you guys. You guys are like family to me. I don't want you guys eaten by sharks.
We're not going to get eaten. We're going to be the lone star. I'll punch out that shark. Like, bah, not today.
Oh, wait, I just said not hurt sharks. Just said
I
it.
bite my penis off.
Is it true that you could grab them by the nose? Supposedly their brain is in their nose, and they will go away.
They have extra electromagnetic things that sometimes I've never pushed a shark in the nose, but that's what you see on Shark Week all the time. I don't recommend doing it unless you have to.
It's always some Australian guy that, let me tell you what to do, mate. Let you grab him right here, and then they film cuts.
Then you have the one guy who has one arm and one leg, and then he's like, I'm like, why are you using your good arm? Use your other arm.
It's my strong hand.
Yeah, you've only got one of each left, dude.
When are you guys doing Wild Animal Week? Because I just thought of a movie for you guys.
Oh, I'm not. I lean
taking
more
Rex.
towards sharks.
All right, last thing before we wrap up. Okay, if you want to see the weirdest wild animal attacks movie on film for real, Melanie Griffith, when she was a young lady, and Tippi Hedren in a movie called Roar. It's a real movie. It's perplexing. Real lions and tigers are in this complex with Melanie Griffith as a kid, and there were like hundreds of shark attacks, and it almost killed cinematographer turned director Jan de Bont. For real, check it out. Roar, R-O-A-R, 1978. No sharks, but it's like you're gonna be like, what the am I looking at? And all that shit's real. It's amazing.
I think I saw a clip of that recently, and it was like a lion leaning on some kid or something.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that was Melanie Griffith getting her head for real. The jaw of the lioness is like popping her jaw or popping her head, and she needed 80 stitches to get fixed. For real, just look it up. Unfortunately, there's no sharks in it, but I mean, it's like, you want something real to talk about. That's something that's in my head still. Like how the hell did that get greenlit? It just
no kidding. It was
the backstory is better than the movie. Let's put it that way. It's great.
Yeah, interesting.
On that note, everybody go check this out. Go check that out. Go watch damn Amityville Sharkhouse, you goons. And make sure you always wear protection. You never want your penis to get bit off, especially during Shark Week.
I thought you were going to say sunscreen. Make sure it's reef safe.
That too.
Put sunscreen on your penis so it doesn't get severed. Got it.
Exactly. That's exactly why they get that happening in those horror movies. They don't wear sunscreen. Wear protection, kids.
Yeah. Just ask your dermatologist.